In this Unity tutorial, I'll show you how to create a simple fall damage script which calculates fall damage, so when I jump right here, nothing happens. But when I go up here and I jump, you can see in the console we log the calculated fall damage, which you then can combine with your player health script. So let's get started. So right here I have a simple scene with this player and a few ground objects, and this player just has a capsule collider, a rigid body, and a simple rigid body movement script I created so it can move around and jump. But to create the fall damage script, we'll right click down here, go to create and do mono behavior script, and I'll call it fall damage. Now open that up, and in here we'll delete the start and update function. And what we'll do is create a public float, which we will call threshold, which will be the minimum speed the player needs to reach to actually receive some damage. And I'll just set this to 0.05. And then I'll add a public float, which I'll call multiplier, and this I'll set to 5. Then we'll add an on collision enter, where we'll do float fall speed equals get component rigid body dot linear velocity dot y, so only the y value. And then we can simply do an if statement where we check if this fall speed is less than minus threshold, because we only need to check when the player is falling down, not when they're, for example when they're bumping the head up into the ceiling or something. So in here we'll do float damage. So this is where we calculate the damage, and where you basically can take this and use it for your own player health script. And we calculate this by doing parentheses minus fall speed minus threshold times the multiplier. And now we've calculated the value and I can just debug it. Now head back into Unity, click on your player and just drag the fall damage script over here so it's on the player, and we can now test. And when I jump, nothing happens, but when I jump up here and jump again, you can see I received some fall damage. So I hope you like this simple tutorial. Just connect this with your own player health script. And also, if you have a hard time with Unity tutorials on YouTube, then check out my paid community, where you can get a 7-day free trial where you go from a complete beginner all the way to an intermediate who can make 2D and 3D games. I'm also releasing another course in there in October, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, have an amazing day.